What if I told you that becoming an elementary school teacher isn't just about knowing how to teach, but also about proving that you have the right knowledge and skills? This is where the Praxis exams come in. Hi, I'm Cami, and I'm a teaching certification expert. Welcome to the Everything Teacher channel. If you're an aspiring elementary teacher, you'll likely need to pass one or more of these standardized tests before stepping into the classroom. But which Praxis exam do you actually need? Well, that depends on your state. Today, we're breaking down the different Praxis tests for elementary education, what they cover, and how you can prepare to pass them on your first try. So, if you're ready to take the next step towards your teaching career, let's dive in. The Praxis exams are a series of standardized tests used by many states to certify teachers. Since elementary school teachers typically teach multiple subjects, most states require them to pass exams that assess their knowledge in reading, writing, mathematics, science, and social studies. However, the specific Praxis test requirements do vary by state, so it's important to check what's required where you plan to teach. Generally, aspiring elementary teachers will need to take one or more of these Praxis exams. Praxis Core Academic Skills for Educators, Praxis Elementary Education Multiple Subjects, Praxis Elementary Education Content Knowledge, Praxis Principles of Learning and Teaching grades K through 6, and Praxis Elementary Education Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment. Now, let's go over each of these exams and what you need to know before taking them. One of the most commonly required Praxis tests for elementary teachers is the Praxis Core Academic Skills for Educators exam. This test measures basic skills in reading, writing, and mathematics, which are the foundational knowledge that all teachers need, regardless of the subjects they plan to teach. Some states require the Praxis Core before allowing candidates to enter a teacher preparation program, while others require it in addition to subject-specific Praxis exams. The test is divided into 3 subtests, one for each subject. So test takers can either complete them separately or in a combined 4-hour and 35-minute session. Currently, the Praxis Core is required in Washington and states like Kentucky, Maryland, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, among others. If you're in one of these states, passing this exam is a crucial first step towards earning your teaching license. Since state requirements can change, be sure to check the most current information. If you're preparing to become an elementary teacher, there's a good chance you'll need to take the Praxis Elementary Education Multiple Subjects exam. This is one of the most common Praxis tests for elementary education and is used by many states to assess a candidate's knowledge across 4 main subject areas. Depending on the state you plan to teach in, you may be required to take the Praxis Elementary Education Multiple Subjects Test Code 5001 or Test Code 7001. Praxis 5001 consists of reading and language arts, mathematics, social studies, and science. This exam is required for teaching elementary level students in states like Alaska, South Dakota, and Kentucky. Praxis 7001 includes one subtest for each generalist elementary education too, specifically teaching reading, mathematics, social studies, and science, and is required in states like Missouri, Louisiana, and Kansas. Qualifying scores vary by state. Each subtest in the Praxis 5001 and 7001 is scored separately, meaning test takers must pass all 4 subtests to pass the full exam. You also have the option to sit for all 4 subtests or take each one in a separate test date. Also, if you fail one section, you'll only need to retake that part and not the entire test. Be sure to check your state's certification requirements or head over to praxis.ets.org to see if this exam applies to you. Another Praxis test that some states require is the Praxis Elementary Education Content Knowledge Exam. Like the multiple subjects test, this exam evaluates a candidate's understanding of reading and language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies, but with a focus on conceptual understanding, procedural knowledge, and application of content. This test includes 140 selected response and numeric entry questions and must be completed within 150 minutes. If your state requires this exam, expect a rigorous test that measures not just what you know, but how well you can apply that knowledge in the classroom. Currently, this test is required in states like Alaska and Montana. While the previous exams focus on what you know, the Praxis Principles of Learning and Teaching, or PLT, grades K through 6 test assesses how well you can teach. This exam focuses on pedagogy, classroom management, and instructional strategies for kindergarten through 6th grade. The PLT exam is a 2-hour computer-based test that includes 70 selected response questions and 4 constructed response questions. These questions cover student learning theories, instructional practices, assessment techniques, and classroom leadership. If you're in Alabama, American Samoa, District of Columbia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, New Mexico, South Dakota, Tennessee, or West Virginia, you'll likely need to pass this exam before earning your teaching certification. Verify your state's requirements for more details. Some states require the Praxis Elementary Education Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Exam, which evaluates both content knowledge and teaching skills. In addition to reading and language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies, this test also covers art, music, and physical education. It consists of 120 selected response questions and must be completed in 130 minutes. If you plan to teach in Alaska, Mississippi, North Dakota, or Nebraska, this exam might be required for your certification. Now that you have a sense of the Praxis exams that you may need to take, let's talk about how you can approach them with confidence. If you're wondering, is the Praxis hard? You're not alone. Many test takers find these exams challenging because they cover a wide range of subjects, from reading and mathematics to science and social studies. However, with the right preparation and study resources, passing is possible. Here are some effective study strategies to increase your chances of success. First off, start early and take a full-length practice test so you can pinpoint the topics that you need to strengthen and build a personalized study plan that works for you. As you study topics found in the exam, consistently practice and simulate the real exam experience. This will help you become familiar with the question format and let you manage your time effectively. One of the best ways to prepare is by using Study.com's Praxis Test Prep courses. With comprehensive video lessons, step-by-step explanations, and thousands of practice questions, Study.com provides personalized study plans tailored to your strengths and weaknesses. Plus, our full-length Praxis practice tests simulate the actual exam, so you can go into test day feeling confident and prepared, just like 92% of users who have passed their exams after prepping with Study.com. To recap, the Praxis exams you need for elementary education depend on your state. Most states require either the Praxis Core, Praxis Multiple Subjects, or Praxis Content Knowledge exam, while others also require tests like the PLT K through 6 or Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment exam. Before scheduling your test, be sure to check your state's requirements to avoid taking unnecessary exams. And remember, Preparation is key. With the right study plan and practice, you can pass the Praxis and start your career as an elementary school teacher. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop a comment with any questions you may have. We're here to help you every step of the way on your journey to becoming a teacher. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.